Good morning, everybody. We're sorry we're late here with our feed this morning. I'm Ian Trevethan. I am the Education and Outreach Manager here at the Sternberg Museum of Natural History. And we're having some internet connectivity issues this morning. So if we disappear suddenly, that's what's going on. And once again, I've got Alicia here. Hi. And we're going to talk about toads.
So we have met these guys before. I don't know how long ago it was. It seems like this has been going on forever.
I don't know what's going on anymore either.
We have fed these guys before for you. So they are Sonoran desert toads. Also in here is a chuckwalla. He's kind of hiding.
All right, Chuck.
And there's
a third one.
Yes, there's a third one. So last time we were here, I want to say I only had 2 toads in here. So now I have 3. We have the 2 on the top here, and let me look at them. Okay. So the one that just acted like...
Oh, hello.
I just fed them like 30 minutes ago, I promise. So the one that's looking at you is Yoda. Yoda is actually a female. We didn't know that when we got them, so it's okay. This one down here is Zabulba. She is also a female. So last time you were here and we fed them, you probably met Yoda and Zabulba. And poor little Greedo here was living with another toad.
I'm going to put out a disclaimer. These are all names from Star Wars movies, and I had nothing to do with this.
This was purely Facebook. Like, we put out a whole give us ideas, and we did it at the front desk, and people wrote on pieces of paper, and we got Star Wars names. So it was really between Star Wars names and Pokemon names, which just kind of seems to be our forte here. So, whatever. All right, so Greedo here, he looks a little bit smaller, doesn't he? He kind of looks like they would squish him. So he is a male. He used to live with our American toad, who sadly passed away, and he needs company. So when he was first, that was magnificent.
That was weird.
That was magnificent. So when we all had them in here together when we first got them. Oh,
wow.
We are graceful. Good job. Yeah. So they think that they need food. They get fed 3 times a week. They either get mice or they get superworms, or sometimes they just get a whole bunch of mealworms.
In this case, they're getting nothing.
In this case, they got mice 30 minutes ago. They're fine. They would also enjoy some fingers, I'm sure. But when we first put them in here, Greedo could not compete with Yoda and Zabulba. They would take all of his food. This was when they were too small to eat mice, so they were having mealworms. So they would take all the food. So I took him and I put him in the back room so that we could get him to eat a little bit better. And he just absolutely refused to eat until we put him in the cage with Red, our American toad. And once we did that, he's like, I can compete with this one. I'm going to eat lots. And he became a nice fatty like the rest of them. So once she passed away, we decided to put him back in here and see how he does. And to say he gets bullied by the females would be an understatement. When I fed them today, he was over there in their water bowl, and he's going for the mouse, and he goes and he licks it, and this female just comes out of nowhere and knocks him down and steals his mouse, and then he runs away and hides, and his pride is hurt. And then I come over and look at him, and he's like, okay, I'm ready for my mouse now. So I have to hold the females off so that he can get his mouse. So he's pretty sensitive there. But they are Sonoran desert toads. So they're obviously not from around here. We've had one of these in the past, and these are our other 3 now. We used to have one named Jabba, which is also Star Wars, so it's very suiting that these guys have Star Wars names. So they are pretty big for toads. A lot of people think that only frogs get big and toads stay small. But these guys are going to get huge. They're going to get like 8 inches long and obviously really fat. And so what's really interesting about these guys is that they are very, very poisonous. So all frogs are poisonous. I meant toads. All toads are frogs. Not all frogs are toads. They are poisonous, like even the typical ones, like the woodhouse toad you'd find here in Kansas. So if your dog eats them, they start like foaming at the mouth. That's because they taste really nasty.
All right. Sorry, we're back.
Well, this is like a gray area right here. Phones don't exist over here. So, what was I saying?
So, I don't know. We lost connection there. They're poisonous. They're gross to eat. They cause dog mouths to foam.
So, yes, these guys If a dog was to eat them, it would cause paralysis and seizures, and it might even kill your dog. So they are much, much more poisonous, and you can see their great big glands on the back of their head. Oh, I don't have food, guys. I'm sorry. So they're also called the Colorado River toad, and in some states they are considered protected. Since we don't have them here, we don't really have any say of them. Oh, hello. Oh, they're just so cute.
Ogling for the camera.
Yes, they're just such performers. Eventually they're going to get old and fat, and they're just not going to care about anything, and they're just going to sit in the corner and hide. What I love about these guys is that they live with our Chuckwalla. Our Chuckwalla's name is Toothless.
That's not a Star Wars name.
That's not a Star Wars name. That's a How to Train Your Dragon name. And he has teeth, don't worry.
He's not doing much right now.
No, he's hiding. This little salad, he already got his food for today, so.
Salad.
So what I love is that they all lay on top of each other.
Hi.
And they don't practice social distancing very well. So what's wonderful is when people come, they're obviously standing right next to it like this, and they always think that they need food. So our glass is just constantly dirty from toad tongue.
Tongue.
Yep.
Hi.
So, most people think toads, they don't like water. These guys love water. They have a great big water bowl over there now that they're nice and fat, because their other one was too small, and once they sat in it, they all three tried to sit in at the same time, and they pushed all the water out. So, oh, so cute. But yes, they love water more than most.
We're back.
There we go.
Again, we're having connection problems, so we apologize if we cut out and come back.
So this weekend, I had an employee working for me, and she texted me. She's like, Greedo doesn't...
Neither does our internet connection.
There you go.
Okay.
And she's like, Greedo doesn't look good. Was he okay on Friday? I'm like, yeah, he was fine. And he ate and was all fat and happy. So she sent me a picture of him. And it was a picture of him eating his skin. So he was shedding. And when they do that, they eat their skin.
Gross.
It looks very concerning when they're doing it. Especially because, it's still on their front legs. And then it's in their mouth. And it just looks like they're taking off a shirt really awkwardly. So he's all shiny and clean now. Oh. They're so... I'm just going to have to feed them again now. They're so tortured. If I were to stick my finger in there, they would eat it, and they would try to swallow it. So even though they are poisonous, here in captivity, they are messed with enough that it's not really a problem. The way you can really tell, if they're having issues is if they'll start getting really white and foamy. So that's when they're releasing their poison. So they have never done it to us, but we always make sure to wash our hands after we mess with these guys. I wonder if I touch him, if he'll do his little warning call, and if we can even hear it without the...
Oh, don't worry about it.
Are you sure? It's so funny. He's the only one that tells me that I need to leave him alone. The other ones are like, fingers! Fingers, eat the fingers! But yeah, so that's our Sonoran desert toads.
All right.
All three and happy. Yes, the Three Musketeers is also a name option.
I thought that was a good option, but
We picked the ones that were
very,
most
very
recommended.
uncharacteristically of me to not
Yes,
go for Star
not
Wars
go for
names.
Star Wars.
But I felt like the Three Musketeers would have been very funny.
Yes. Well, it was one of the options, but it didn't get the most votes. It was really close between Pokemon and Star Wars. Hello.
All right. Well, this is going to be a short feed this morning. And always we'll ask you to like and share our feeds. And we'll be back tomorrow morning with something.
Don't know what.
All right. Well, that's it for today. We will see you tomorrow morning. And we're wishing you a great day. Bye-bye.